Hello, me mateys! Vuvi Yaloovie here, climbing up the ranked doubles ladder in hopes to become the #1 Alcremie player. Am I right, me mateys? Oh, yes. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Oh dear. Okay, very good, me mateys. Now, today is, this session is going to be part 2 of Hyper Beam Mega Audino, me mateys. And so from last video, we kind of spent the time hard focusing the Hyper Beam, trying to get it off in any situation possible, not really worried about the circumstances, right? Even though it's not really, I guess you could say optimal. I mean, we could have certainly chosen better times to bring out the Hyper Beam, right? This session should hopefully prove that you don't need to, like, have your team be based around Hyper Beam Mega Audino to have Hyper Beam Mega Audino work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring back the defensive set on this Audino, and I'm going to give it the Life Dewty set that we all know and love on the channel, me mateys. So I'll be back once I fix up the stats a little bit. Okay, so we're running more defense on our Audino at the moment. So this would ideally cover for Mega Metagross, but we're still running Sassy Nature with 6 points. This allows us to survive a Fake Out from Incineroar and as well as Life Orb Gholdengo on the same turn, right? But because we're in like a Steel type, well, I mean, like, we've got a lot of Steel types, right? Mega Metagross and Gholdengo, as well as your potential Scizors. Most Steel type threats are going to be that physical typing, so usually it is better just to run more defense, but we do have enough special defense to live what we need to. We just need to be more aware that we probably don't survive as long into the Mega Floette matchup, but this should be okay given the current climate of the meta, especially with Brave Bird, Mega Staraptor, right? And we're running Protect over Helping Hand in this situation. I think it might be a little bit better if you fear the double up into the Audino slot. This won't matter much into like lower ranks below Master Ball. However, in above Master Ball, people like to double up the Audino if they think they have the resources to do it, right? So if they have Metagross and Gholdengo, or even just Gholdengo, right? Threatening a nasty plot and then going for a Life Orb Make It Rain, right? That's just going to do a lot of damage into the Audino. And having ways to mitigate that damage would be very ideal for Audino. Even though Helping Hand might help you break through the screens, I think we'll just try out Protect, right? And then we'll make it work from there. So because we're focusing on a defensive Audino set 2, I'm going to be running just one Mega, and that's going to be, you know who, Mega Audino. And I'd like to change up the team just a little bit. There is a Pokemon I've been thinking about, and it's Scizor. Now Scizor, why Scizor? Not even, because like if you're not Megaing it, then Technician Bullet Punch isn't doing that much damage, right? Well, in actual fact, Technician Scizor still allows us to threaten the Grimmsnarls, right? But we don't need to threaten the Grimmsnarl in order to do the damage that we need to do. We need to force them to either bring out the Whimsicott so that we can bring out ideally our Primarina or our Alcremie, so that we can threaten them to go for either Fake Tears onto the Mega Staraptor or risk the Bullet Punch going in before they go for a close combat, right? A Bullet Punch from Scizor with max attack, Adamant Nature, is enough. It does about 41% on the minimum roll, and which is enough for an Alcremie with Life Orb Dazzling Gleam to get the KO about 75% of the time. It's a little bit of a roll calculation, but like, this should be a nice lead into Whimsicott Staraptor or even Grimmsnarl Staraptor. If they lead Grimmsnarl, then we do need to take an extra turn because Aurora Veil, not Aurora Veil, that's the calc I used. Light Screen may not give us the KO after close combat, right? Because they're going to get off close combat before Alcremie can even move. So it's just something to consider, me mateys. And then we're going to be putting on Primarina for the Meow Stick. Same Primarina set, no need to worry about that, me mateys. And, and if you can hear if my voice sounds a little bit different, it's because I used it too much yesterday, oh no. Alright, so as for the item choices, we actually want Fairy Feather today on the Primarina, so we're doing as much damage as possible with our Moon Blasts. We can probably just get away with the regular Hyper Voice if we need to. Otherwise, we could just see, like, Wise Glasses, that's okay. Or even Expert Belt. Maybe Expert Belt would be better, but at the moment, I'm just going with Fairy Feather. And then for our Scizor, we want the Metal Coat. You could also argue the Ochre Berry too, but against what our Scizor's doing, if we see a Mega Charizard, Scizor never wants to be in that matchup in the first place. So this should be fine. And I'll just gotta go buy the Metal Coat, so I'll be back, me mateys. Alright, very good. Yeah, we do have to worry about, like, random fire coverage, especially if we come into against a Audino of ourselves, right? A Mystical Fire from Sylveon or Alcremie, yeah, can take down the Scizor. We're going to have to live with that, but if they should be able to move second thanks to Bullet Punch. And we can also just run Scizor in Trick Room anyway, thanks to Brave Nature and Scizor's pretty low base speed. Actually, in fact, I might change Scizor's nature to Adamant. This is because we don't want to be outsped by Grimmsnarls when they do set up that Light Screen and Reflect. Now, they're most likely going to click Light Screen in front of Alcremie or Primarina, right? Because realistically, they're not taking as much damage from Bullet Punch. However, that's exactly what we want them to think, right? So we're going to change it to Adamant, and we're going to try and hopefully outspeed those Grimmsnarls. None of them should be running speed because they want max bulk, right? They're just bulked out to the max. Oh no. And then, yeah, that should be okay. And we're going to be rocking Goodra. We could run a physical Goodra with Rock Slide. However, I think I might go with my typical Rock Slide set on the Mudsdale for this session. And then we want Inner Focus. Yep, just flinch resistance and the occasional Intimidate resistance too. They're very nice for Mudsdale. Alright, so this team ideally should have Mega Audino always out on the field, so there's always an opportunity for Audino to click Hyper Beam. However, Audino's mainly going to be on Life Duty support. For this session, we could probably see Helping Hand over Life Dew as well. That's not out of the ordinary, right? But yeah, we're going to make it work with this team. I think this should go a little bit better, unless if we come across like a steel composition, right? If it's like Rain, Archaludon, a Metagross, and Swampert. We can get the Swampert with Hyper Beam, but like, yeah, the chances of Hyper Beam coming out are a little bit lower, but they should be a little bit more impactful, in my opinion. So I'll be going into the next match. I'm still in Ultra rank. I've only been playing a few hours a day, so it's all good, me mateys. So much for the quick as possible, am I right? Oh dear, but this should be okay. We've got the Fantasy Core as well, like this Fairy Steel Dragon. To me, I prefer Water, Fire, Grass, because Steel doesn't really have that much offensive capability. It relies heavily on the Dragon and Fairy to do the most damage here. Okay, Mega Metagross with Sand. This is a very nice composition for the enemy here. It's very problematic for my Scizor, especially if they want to run the... Scizor if they want to run the Incineroar. We're not worried about that. We are running Ice Beam and Flamethrower. No Thunder Gaming just at the moment. So against this, you probably want to lead Rotom Tyranitar or Rotom Excadrill if you don't like Alcremie, right? So a really safe option from me is just Audino Mudsdale. They need to lead the Sinistcha for it. And in case if they do, I'll have Goodra, and then Primarina's pretty nice here too. This looks like a game that I might only be able to click Hyper Beam into the Incineroar, so we might not even see Hyper Beam come out. So it's really a choice between Primarina and Alcremie here. I do like Primarina a little bit better overall, but Alcremie has moves into the Sinistcha. However, Goodra's there to handle the Sinistcha, so Primarina should be pretty nice. Mudsdale will be outpaced by Rotom. That's the one thing we got to consider. But otherwise, we should be fine with this. And if they do decide to run Rotom, we can Hyper Beam it. So it's T-Tar, Excadrill, pretty standard lead. And we got Audino Mudsdale. Now, I'm not particularly sure if I want to remove the Excadrill first, since that's like... we don't need to. So I think I'll just focus the T-Tar at the moment, or the Tyranitar. Considering you got Mega Metagross in the back, I just want to play it safe this turn. Mega Evolve. If they Iron Head us, that's fine. We're rocking pretty much max defense. And go for a Protect. In this situation, they could just Earthquake Rock Slide, right? And... oh no, they wouldn't Earthquake, but they'd like just double up into the Audino, hopefully, maybe not. Okay, here comes the Rotom, very good. Okay. So here's a very good situation for Audino to just click Hyper Beam. And it's pretty free unless if we get critical hit by the Iron Head. It still won't feign to us, but it will cause a problem for the next turn. So it is Earthquake. I was sort of right to call it out. I was probably expecting a Iron Head or a high horsepower. So Life Orb, Excadrill, no Focus Sash. That's very important to know for Goodra in the back, as well as Mudsdale right now. So this seems like a really good situation to just Hyper Beam the Rotom. However, I would like to keep Audino's HP at a relatively high level. Since they're likely going to click Iron Head into it and then Hydro Pump the Mudsdale, we do have Focus Sash, so I just want to remove the Excadrill in this turn, and then we can get hit by Hydro Pump. We do have that Focus Sash to live it. So your priority should be taking out the Mudsdale for your Metagross in the back so that you can survive those high horsepowers. The crit probably mattered there, which is unfortunate for my opponent, but we should be fine. I mean, they should be fine. Their priority is to take down the Mudsdale, and then make sure that the Metagross can get in. So we do get taken down to our Sash. That's not too bad. Having Sash on Mudsdale is just so much better. Oh, not so much better, but like, it's really nice because you don't have to worry about grass or water coverage, because there's still a threat of Solar Beam Charizard and as well as Mega Swampert. So in this situation, I think I just want to switch out both my Pokemon here. I want to preserve Audino for Trick Room. They can like just Rock Slide and Thunderbolt the Audino. So I'll just go into Goodra here, and then Primarina should be nice on this slot. They shouldn't Thunderbolt the Mudsdale slot, but I think this should be okay. If they Thunderbolt the Mudsdale slot, that's great read. Oh dear. Like, absolutely phenomenal read. Okay, so this is Metagross coming in. No, Sinister! Okay. We still haven't out into Sinister anyway. So they're probably clicking Thunderbolt. Oh, just Hydro Pump. That's risky. Okay. Well, that's alright. Let's see. Primarina's actually... Well, since you have, T-Tar, we either need Mudsdale and Trick Room, or we have Primarina for it, right? So in this situation, you probably just Rage Powder, Thunderbolt the Prim, right? I want to protect Prim this turn. So I'll go for a Dragon Pulse, expecting it to be Rage Powdered, and then go for the Protect. This is just to make sure to, like, just understand what my opponent is going for here. They should be clicking Rage Powder. No, never mind. Marchagacha. Okay, very good. And that should be enough for Moonblast to KO, as long as they do not, Life Dew or, Rage Powder. So what I think I should do in this situation, switch out the Primarina for Audino, because a Thunderbolt's coming for it, and then I'll still Dragon Pulse the Rotom, expecting it to be Rage Powdered by the Sinistcha. Just a little bit better overall. Because you're definitely not Marchagachaing after you see a Goodra getting the attack boost. Well, you can. You saw that we're running Dragon Pulse, so they're probably not physical Goodra, right? Yeah, so they protect on the Rotom, which is fine. Probably just another Marchagacha. Oh no, Shadow Ball. Very good, very good. Not many Sinistchas run Shadow Ball as well. I think they might have taken out their own Life Duty to make that work. So we'll just go for another Dragon Pulse, and we'll set up another Trick Room. Because it's T-Tar, we might not need it, but Primarina and Mudsdale are slow enough to make use of it. And so we'll Trick Room this turn. And in fact, I want to go for the Hyper Beam, so I'll Flamethrower the Sinistcha, and then I'll just Trick Room this turn. Yep, Shadow Ball, even Marchagacha won't KO the Audino, so that's fine. Alright, and Life Dew. Okay, we need to double up into the Rotom in order to make that work. Make a Hyper Beam work anyway. Alright. First of all, I want to remove the Sinistcha off the field, and then we're going to put Audino in Life Duty for now. If they have Protect on the... They don't have Protect. Okay, very good. I was going to say, if they have Protect on the Sinistcha, then that makes this play a little bit more awkward, but this should be fine. Yeah, so Sinistcha unfortunately underspeeds the Goodra, so very unfortunate. That means it will be a 2-hit KO. Hydro Pump, we're not worried about that. We have our own Life Duty. It's Battle of the Life Duty here, but unfortunately Sinistcha is just taking more damage. At this point, we'll just keep on going for our own Life Duty, a Battle of the Life Duty here. And we just want in, we want their Tyranitar to be exposed to our Mudsdale ideally. Then we can bring in Primarina as backup. And hopefully before that happens, we should be able to get whatchamacallit, Rotom off the field, right? So you block the Flamethrower with T-Tar, good move, good play. We like it, we like it. No burn, so that's even better for them. And now we're pretty much liable to faint with Audino here. So, now's the time. Unless if they protect the Rotom, we should be good for a Dragon Pulse Hyper Beam into it. Come on, Audino, very good. Oh, very good. Yeah, this should be okay. If they switch out the Rotom for Sinister, that's fine too. 2 turns left of Trick Room. Audino might faint here, and we can get in the Mudsdale. And then we can also make use of the last turn of Trick Room, hopefully. Okay, so they definitely are going for an attack on the Tyranitar. So let's see if we can get this off. It should be able to do just be able to get the Rotom. Oh, that should be enough for Goodra to KO with Dragon Pulse. Oh, it's got to be a high roll though. Oh, so close. That's okay, Audino. Very good. But yeah, you see how it can work with Hyper Beam. If it's your last move and you got nothing to do, well, not nothing, but like, if you need to get a very strong attack right, it is pretty much very good. Let's see, in this situation, because your Sand's probably running out in 3 turns, last turn of Trick Room, so you probably just want to Rock Slide, right? We want to prevent Rage Powder. So Primarina first, unfortunately, so that means Mudsdale will be going out off the field if it does reach the field, because Trick Room's expiring, but that should be okay. And so you probably just want to Rage Powder Rock Slide here, or just double protect, right? So I'll just use a Hyper Voice because Sinister will go down either way. And you shouldn't be slower than the Primarina on Sinister, so this should be fine. Yep, no Rage Powder, so very good. And then, unless if they get the Prim here, we should be fine. Yeah. Oh, the second Dragon Dance is a little bit greedy here. Oh, okay. So if we get flinched, that's a big problem, but we do have, because Rock Slide shouldn't KO the Goodra from this range, but it might KO the Primarina at +2. Good on them for doing 2, but I think it might prove to be a little bit more greedy in the long run. So we'll go for Moonblast since we are rocking the Fairy Feather. But yeah, now it's just a matter or not. If they crit, then Goodra's gone, but we should be fine for this. It's just whether or not Rock Slide connects with both of us. If it doesn't, then yeah, okay, double connect. Oh, okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, we still have an out. We still have Mudsdale. +2. Okay. Hey, that greed served them well in the end. My bad. My bad, Tita. I misjudged you. So we'll just go for a high horsepower. They probably didn't have Rage Powder, considering they only clicked Life Dewty. And they go for the Ice Punch. Very good, very good. No need to worry about accuracy checks, me mateys. So good on my opponent there. Very good. So if we had gotten the Rotom there, then the Hyper Beam play would have made a lot more sense, right? Because we didn't get the KO, the Rotom got a Thunderbolt off into, well, the Hydro Pump into the Audino and was able to KO it. If we Life Dew'd that turn, then we would have survived, ideally, if it wasn't a critical hit. And then we'd still be able to get the... We'd still be like in a situation where they probably just clicked Dragon Dance on the Tita, so we'd have to switch out into Mudsdale while they're focusing down the Audino, and then force them to go for the Mudsdale on the Rotom slot, and so that we could get in a high horsepower on the Tita. And then that should ideally threaten it enough for Primarina to come in as soon as Mudsdale goes down. But yeah, very good, me mateys. A very close game, all things considered, and a very enjoyable game too. I like it. So, very good. +2 Mega T-Tar Rock Slide does faint even after spread damage reduction. Nice. Nice. Oh, right, me mateys. Oh, okay, this is a little bit problematic. Sorry, Sizzle, but you're not needed here again, I don't think. Okay, so Mega Dragalge proves a little bit of a problem into my special-based composition. Mudsdale's going to go pretty good here if I can manage it well. Because we see 5 things weak to ground, but they definitely want their Gyarados first, right? This Mudsdale is just so much of a problem, right? So knowing that, we can probably just get away with Primarina first. We don't necessarily need Primarina to do the work. Primarina and Mudsdale are pretty good here, actually. Yeah, what am I saying? Yeah. But Mudsdale is just the biggest threat, right? Not only can it deal super effective damage into pretty much all of your Pokemon bar Gyarados, it's very tanky and very tough to deal with. So you probably want to run Torkoal for Primarina first. And there's not much I can do about that, actually. Oh dear. You know what, let's go Mudsdale. No, let's not worry about it then. And then, ooh, Mega Dragalge should be slower than Goodra. You know what? As weird as it sounds, Sizzle's actually good for Mega Dragalge. But I don't think I want to risk it. I'm just going to go for Goodra. That would be very interesting. Oh, we're running... I know it's like a match in already, but like we're running Defog to get rid of those screens as well. Defog removes terrain and screens of the opposing side. So it is in-sin Torkoal. So now they see Intimidate only works on the Audino, so we're not going to work... they're not going to click Fake Out onto the Mudsdale, because we have Inner Focus. Unless if they don't know that Inner Focus prevents flinching, then that's okay too. So in this situation, they probably just want to switch out the Torkoal for Gyarados if they have it. So it's probably really safe here to go for... go for a Mega. You don't necessarily need to Mega. If we can remove the Torkoal, that's just so nice for me. But they're probably going to switch out into Gyarados, right? And then Parting Shot the Mudsdale. So I'll Protect just to make sure they don't fake out the Audino. And then I'm going to click Rock Slide. Just so that the... oh, they don't switch out into Gyarados. Okay. Right. Well, I think Rock Slide was still a good choice. Oh, they're speedy Torkoal. Oh, okay. Gee. Torkoal is usually slower than Mudsdale, but... yeah, so they're running just a bit of speed on their Torkoal. Okay, that's alright. We can go for this turn again, except now that we know that we're slower than their team, now we just want Trick Room. The game is very, very... okay, very good. Okay. So, yep, we'll just go for the Trick Room, and then we'll Protect on the Mudsdale. So now that you know we have Rock Slide, it's a little bit more riskier to switch in the Gyarados. However, since you found out that we're slower on the Mudsdale, you definitely want to be wary of Trick Room on this turn. So you should double up into the Audino with like Flare Blitz Flamethrower. But if you don't, I protected Mudsdale, and we protect ourselves from just getting more damage, right? So Drain Punch on the Incin. That is a max attack Incin right there. Otherwise, it's just running coverage for, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. So now, I just want to remove the Torkoal, right? Flare Blitz might KO the Mudsdale from this range. So we'll just try for a Life Dewty, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm going to be like skipping past all this communicating nonsense, so do forgive me if the battles are like different from usual. I don't usually cut between them, but like ever since like the Switch update, it's been so laggy for me. Okay, so we'll Life Dewty here, and then they should protect the Torkoal, but if they don't, I just will get a high horsepower into it. Parting Shot, we can wait for Parting Shot until next turn, but my priority is removing the Sun. Okay, they withdraw Incineroar for Gholdengo. Okay. They probably just want Make It Rain now. This is not good because I gave him back Incineroar, but that's alright. Critical hit, I don't think that mattered. At 60-ish%, it should be able to KO any Torkoal. And considering they're running a lot of speed, they probably didn't have as much bulk invested on that Torkoal anyway. I mean, it's not that hard to outspeed a brave Mudsdale, right? But, like, they were running either modest Torkoal with a little bit of speed investment, or... no, that's probably it, right? Because you can't run quiet Torkoal without putting in speed points. Alright, so you know we have high horsepower, and you know that we fear the Gholdengo. However, you should probably want to protect the Gholdengo, right, to stall out Trick Room, because removing your Gholdengo for me is just so valuable. Although we could go for sun-boosted flamethrowers, right? That's not out of the ordinary too. So against the rest of their team, I actually want to preserve the Mudsdale, just in case if they are running the Dragalge in the back, because you know they are, right? Okay, so Fake Out into the Mudsdale, so that means they did not know it prevents flinches on the Mudsdale, but that's okay, me mateys. There's plenty to learn in Pokemon, and do not be afraid if you haven't learned everything about Pokemon, because certainly, me mateys, I have not either. And that's not Life Orb boosted. Very good. So we will survive after a Life Dewty. In this case, they should protect the Gholdengo again, because I'm going to click Life Dewty, and 2 turns left of Trick Room. So Flamethrower should get the Gholdengo, but if they protect, that's okay too. Because this turn should be probably like a nasty plot or hard switch. Yeah. And considering we have Primarino in the back, we want to preserve the Mudsdale for the Dragalge fight. Now that Gholdengo is at such low health, that's in range for Hyper Voice. So we should be able to clear out the Gholdengo from here on out. Now we just want to focus the Incin. Alright. So we need at least 2 Dragon Pulses and a Hyper Beam to clear out bulky Incins. Considering they're like max attack with Drain Punch, we should just play around a little bit with Dragon Pulse. Last turn of Trick Room. No need to worry about the Gholdengo at -4. So if they start nasty plotting, then we do need to get Trick Room back up as soon as possible for the Dragalge, right? But this should be fine. With no Sun, yeah, this is definitely fine. We're out healing the Incin, but we do respect that we're probably going to have a tougher time trading into it. Yeah. It looks like it's max. Oh, never mind. Critical hit. Oh, that matters. Oh. Okay. Recover. So that tells me you probably want to either recover again, switch out into your Dragalge to avoid another flamethrower since you did recover. As long as we have Trick Room and Mudsdale, we should be okay into that. So I think from this range, a Hyper Beam should be able to KO. But I do want that Trick Room first. Let's see. Because if you switch out the Gholdengo now into Dragalge, right? That's a problem for me, especially if I KO the Incineroar. So I'm gonna put a Dragon Pulse into the Gholdengo. Okay, they clicked Mega Rain. Okay, that's alright. I was thinking a bit too much there, but like, it would have been a really good play if they just switched out their Gholdengo that turn. Alright. So both these Pokemon are now in range for the Hyper Voice. I think I might just switch out into Primarina now. That way I can get whatchamacallit, Hyper Voice, and just get rid of these two. Then, because we're in Trick Room again, we should be able to get Mudsdale in by the time Dragalge comes out, so this should be okay. Gonna aim a Hyper Beam into the Incineroar, and then switch into Primarina. At -6, Make It Rain's gonna do literally nothing to the Primarina, unless if it critical hits. Yeah. This should be okay. So, Hyper Beam Audino! Oh, goodness gracious! Ah! And it's a KO onto the Incineroar, very good. Okay, critical hit too. Oh. So if it critical hitted, and if I was worried about Dragalge a lot, I'd probably switch in Mudsdale here rather than the Primarina. Because it is definitely Dragalge, right? There's no reason why it wouldn't be Dragalge. Unless if you don't like Dragalge for some reason. That's alright. Okay. Yeah, so it is Dragalge. We just want the Gholdengo off the board now, so we don't have to, like, worry about spread damage, right? So Hyper Voice should be able to get it from this range. 3 turns left of Trick Room. If Primarina goes down to a Sludge Bomb or even Audino, right, we should be fine. So here's a Hyper Voice, should get the Gholdengo, very good. And Dragalge didn't make it this turn. That's alright. Ooh, Thunderbolt. Ooh, okay. But yeah, so in this situation, if we got fainted on the Primarina, we can just get the Mudsdale in for free, right? And in fact, that's exactly what I'll do on the Audino slot. I mean, it's very risky though. So I'll just Life Dew. And hopefully they KO us this time. If not, I'm just going to click Psychic into the Dragalge. Maybe Moonblast might do a little bit more damage considering we have Fairy Feather, but this should be okay. The aim is, if we can get a special defense drop, that's nice. If not, we can just go back to Moonblast. But considering they didn't yet Mega, I think they might have the wrong Mega Stone considering they didn't Mega this turn. Don't worry me, matey. I've had that situation with Mega Ampharos. And Mega Meganium too. Oh no. That's all good, me mateys. Thank you, Audino. You did a very wonderful job. We got off a Hyper Beam. We KO'd an Incineroar with it too, so it's very good. And we'll just go Mudsdale, and then they have to protect this turn, and hopefully get a crit on the Mudsdale next turn with Dragon Pulse. So high horsepower, and then they're at such low HP, so it doesn't really matter between the Moonblast and the Psychic, but I just want to go Psychic, right? yeah, protect the stall out Trick Room. Good play, very good play. And now it's just reliant on you getting past the Mudsdale. If you have Sludge Wave here, then you won't be able to KO the Mudsdale, but if High Horsepower misses, then that's a different story, right? So we'll just go for that again. Psychic and High Horsepower. So as you can see, Hyper Beam, like, if you need to do extra damage on the Audino, a defensive Audino set still works with Hyper Beam, right? There's no reason why you need to... I mean, unless if you wanted to, right? There's no problem with that. There's absolutely no problem with focusing Hyper Beam Mega Audino. I really love it, right? It's really good. And the power, just the power you get from Hyper Beam, oh, chef's kiss, right? Chef's kiss. But yeah, as you can see, Hyper Beam on a defensive Audino set still works really nice. However, because we're not using Helping Hand or we're not having like a Calm Mind boost on Audino, just be aware that you can't get the KO from until at least like usually when the opponent is at 50% or less. Because Hyper Beam on a bulky target, especially if they're behind any sort of screens, right? It's just not going to do any damage at all, like, not even a 3-hit KO, right? So, always good to consider, if you don't mind, like, the occasional Hyper Beam when you need to run it. Because, you know, Audino's usually on Life Duty, then we can be happy with defensive-oriented Audino for Hyper Beam, right? Otherwise, you know, Dazzling Gleam. You know, I wish they gave Audino Tri-Attack. Alcremie gets Tri-Attack, but why doesn't Audino get it? Oh dear. So this is a very hard rain team with Mega Sceptile. Or potentially Mega Dragonite too. This is a decent use case for Scizor, because there's nothing that can theoretically threaten the Scizor in this game. However, Scizor's not really good into much of their Pokemon, except for the Sceptile. Well, do you want to lead the Sceptile, or are you afraid, or how afraid of you of our Fairy types? You got 2 Rain Setters, a Jolteon, and Dragonite. I suspect you're going to have Politoed, Jolteon for Primarina, Basculegion in the back, and then your choice of Mega. So for me, I want Audino. I'm just going to play it with Alcremie, and then I kind of want Primarina regardless. And since I'm not running any electric moves, I want to try Scizor. Electric moves on the Goodra, so we'll try this. This covers for Mega Dragonite, and it also covers for Mega Sceptile as well. I almost said Sceptile. Ooh, Infernape user too. Very good. So it is Sceptile. So this is a very big problem for them if they choose the Mega, right? They don't need to Mega, but yeah. But unfortunately, you kind of do need to Mega to get the special attack output right. Either one of our 2 Pokemon can live a Leaf Storm, but not a Hurricane as well. So in this situation, better to Mega. And then we could go for a Mystical Fire just to reduce the damage output, but I think going for a Protect is just a bit safer. Let's see, Leaf Storm, Hurricane, I don't believe it should feint the Audino, even if we're running a little less special defense. We are Sassy Nature still, and considering we can tank a Life Orb, make it rain, I don't think this should be able to KO the Audino. So they are risking it, so they probably want to double up into the Audino slot. So it should be Leaf Storm, and then your choice of move on the Pelipper. If you don't know Audino gets Trick Room, you're likely to Leaf Storm the Alcremie on this turn. and Tailwind. So let's see what they go for. Energy Ball. So they didn't know that Audino gets Trick Room. That's okay, me mateys. I am the Audino dude here. And we're going to Trick Room. And now this should be the time when Sceptile runs for its life, right? So we're pretty good into going for... You know what? Unless if they have Basculegion, I just want to Hyper Beam, right? Yeah, okay. So if you go into your Basculegion, Hyper Beam will miss, so Audino gets another turn anyway. And then we're just going to click Dazzling Gleam here. Yeah, so Sceptile goes, runs for its life. Is it Basculegion? Yep, very good. So that means we get to move on the Audino next turn as well. Unfortunately, we do show Hyper Beam, so that's okay. And look at that damage. Life Orb, Alcremie. Oh, critical hit though. Oh, yeah, okay, critical hit mattered. That means Basculegion's only got 2 turns left if we decide to, like, double up into it. Unfortunate, but that's okay. They're a lot more tankier than I give it credit for. So just a Life Dew and then another Dazzling Gleam. We're just going on Life Duty with Audino. No need to use a Hyper Beam onto the Pelipper at this point. We want to at least mitigate the next wave crash, right? And Alcremie get... Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, dear. Oh, poor Basculegion. Okay, so if the Basculegion got a move off there, it'd Wave Crash the Alcremie, which would KO it, barely after Life Orb. It's like a very high chance in their favor, but yeah. Then we can get out the Primarina. That's what I'd switch out in this situation. Primarina would be very nice for the Dragonite, so I'd prioritize Moonblast, right? And then once Primarina goes down to Sceptile's Energy Ball, we'd go for Scizor, hoping that Dragonite would be fainted by this time, and then go for a Bug Bite onto the Sceptile. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click Hyper Beam into the Dragonite to get rid of Multiscale, and then I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. This will make Audino very susceptible once Trick Room comes out, but I think we should be fine. So Extreme Speed onto the Audino, that's very good. They should be focusing the Alcremie, because Alcremie is the very deadly to their team. And unfortunate that Hyper Beam does miss again, but that's okay, me mateys. That wasn't the... because they showed Life Orb, the Multiscale didn't matter. Yeah, very good. Very good showcase of Alcremie, me mateys. Oh, very good. Yeah. Very, very nice showcase of, like, defensive Audino, and you can still just run a Hyper Beam, but if you wanted to run a hard focus Hyper Beam, it's very fun to do, right? You get off the Hyper Beam, it's just so fun. And then, like, build a whole team around it, that's good too, right? It just depends on how you want to play. If you want to see, like, more wins, right? If you wanted to see more wins with Hyper Beam Audino specifically, like if you wanted to take Hyper Beam Audino to the top, right? I would definitely suggest probably having 2 Trick Room setters, because you can't really get away with just 1 Trick Room setter, especially if you're aiming for Hyper Beam Audino in the higher ranks. Because what will happen, if you click Hyper Beam in Master Ball tier, and then your opponent notices that you don't have like a secondary Trick Room setter, they will just remove your Audino, and if you don't have enough damage to outtrade the remaining Trick Room turns, then you're just in a whole bunch of trouble, right? So ideally, if you're going for a hard Trick Room team with Audino, go with something like, even if it's meta right, there's no real better Trick Room setter than Audino, and then followed by that, it's Farigiraf and potentially Spiritomb. Spiritomb if you want to play a little bit off meta, but Armor Tail Farigiraf is just so good anyway. And yeah, Scizor unfortunately didn't get to show its stuff today, but we saw how it could have worked in that last match, and I think that's pretty nice. I think Scizor's actually not too bad this season, because even though Metagross is still running around, And even though Scizor's one of my arch nemesis from Black and White, because I always get taken down by these Scizors, yeah, I think Scizor's still pretty fine. Just need to watch out for Gholdengo. I'm running a set that clears out screens. This also is pretty good into Mega Floette too, so we don't even need to rely on Heavy Slam on Mudsdale, but Bullet Punch will not get the KO first go, unless if they're like timid Floettes with no bulk, which is usually not the case, especially now in Season MB, right? But yeah, alright, and if I explain myself any further, I'm just gonna go off into oblivion. I've been trying to keep these videos short. Oh dear me mateys. Okay, just before I do go, I'm going to share the team, so I'll be back. Alright me mateys, I'm back. And here is the team for the Mega Audino defensive, or defensive oriented, no. Defense mode Audino. Oh dear. No, Audino on Life Dewty, right, and with Hyper Beam. So this is a pretty one Trick Room setter team. It's really good for climbing up in the ranks, and in the higher ranks you might want to substitute one of these Pokemon for a secondary Trick Room setter, whether that be the Goodra if you don't like Goodra for some reason. How could you not like Goodra? Or if you prefer not to have Scizor on your team because it had its prime time and now it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it in Unite. Pokemon Unite's really good showcase of Scizor, in my opinion. And then here are the EVs, pretty much the same as usual, nothing too special. And you just need to be careful of Whimsicott. In the Whimsicott matchup, you Bullet Punch the Whimsicott to prevent them from stacking up the Staraptor. And then ideally, you'd probably try to get up Trick Room first and then try and take down the Staraptor from there. It just depends. It's still not a favorable matchup, right? But you do have a tool to work with into the matchup. If you go up against Grimmsnarl Staraptor, do not use Scizor into Grimmsnarl. You should be faster than the Grimmsnarl even with no speed investment because they're usually bulk invested. And then you should Bullet Punch the Staraptor so that a fairy type of your choice can just Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam the Staraptor to hopefully get the KO. Primarina's more likely to KO than Alcremie since Dazzling Gleam is that spread move, but you have Life Orb, it's still a 75% chance on Dazzling Gleam, unless that they're running full bulk Staraptors. Which they probably shouldn't because they want to rely on speed, and if they're getting the bulk from their defenses anyway, it should be okay for this set, I'd reckon. But yeah, me mateys, that will be it for this video. Really had fun trying Hyper Beam, even though it's taken out my voice. Well, that's why Audino is the hearing Pokemon, and it should be... no, me mateys, okay. And yeah, Hyper Beam, me mateys. Oh dear, what a fantastic outro. Alright, so just to cap off, recap, just very quickly, Hyper Beam, very nice to get those unexpected KOs where Dazzling Gleam or no usually wouldn't be able to. Yes, Dazzling Gleam can hit everything on the field. Hyper Beam just guarantees KOs against non-steel, rock, or ghost matchups, right? Just got to keep that in mind, but it should be fine, me mateys. Alright, that will be it for this video, me mateys. Thank you so much for watching, especially through the somewhat different voice. It's a little bit strained today, I know. I've been drinking lots of water to try and help. But anyway, I'm Vuvi Yaloovie, and I will see you in the next one. Ta and ta-ta.